that you mention it. You remind me of Brad, too.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad.
You should talk to Ford. They don't call him the founder for nothing.
That Donald. Always talking about
Oh,
getting
traveler.
out of here, sailing the
How's
sea.
everything?
Yeah, you'll never catch me on a boat.
Hey, I'm just glad we got to
Sounds so
you,
much like Brad
you know,
sometimes.
when we did. You stirred up quite a deadwood nest. Haven't seen that many in one place for a long time. I guess. I used to guard the old ward some 20 years ago. I helped out here and there, you know, but before Commander Ford passed, she and the founder, they kinda, put me in charge.
It's strange how
Maybe no one
quiet
else
it is
wanted
here
the
some
job,
days.
I don't know, but
Like, nothing's going
the
on.
ward's the only
Yeah.
family I've ever known.
Kind of boring, if you ask me.
I'll do whatever it takes to
I'd
keep
like
these
a little
folks
more
safe.
adventure in my life sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Well,
I don't know, I guess I just
sneak off
take care of
and
myself.
do some exploring in the old
Eat right,
ward.
get to sleep early,
Just you and me?
all that. Yeah, Commander Ford
If
always
you
said a
want.
leader can't care for
Yeah.
anyone if they don't
Or
care for
we could
themselves.
just hang out here.
I'm just trying to live right. I reckon she learned it from the founder.
You think
He's been around for ages.
the rooter?
Oh, he ain't
Really
much for
gone?
leading himself.
I don't know. But I don't think
I
it
couldn't
matters.
say.
We gotta
Commander
find
used to
joy
talk
where we
about him
can
like he was
while we
dead and
can.
gone before I was born. You'd have to ask him yourself, I guess, but he ain't like the rest of us. He's seen a lot. Granddaughter, actually. Yeah, the founder wasn't around as much back in the day, but Commander Ellen was like a mother to me.
It's strange
To
how
all of
quiet
us
it
from
is
the
here
old
some
ward.
days. Like, nothing's
Just
going on.
doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Kind of boring,
she's
if
gone
you ask
before
me.
he is.
I'd like a little
Yeah,
more
but
adventure in my life sometimes.
When our last hope fails,
Yeah.
another must take its place.
Well, we could
Oh,
sneak
that
off
was
and
Wally.
do some
He gave us a
exploring in the old
heads
ward.
up someone was coming.
Just
and
you and me?
Clementine was the one that found
If you wanted
They got a kind
Yeah.
of Wally.
Or we
I
could
mean,
just hang out here.
Wallace. He has a way of seeing things. Always has. Wally's been with the ward since he was just a kid, and
It's strange how
his
quiet
seeing
it
has
is here
saved a
some
lot of
days.
lives.
Like, nothing's
He's
going on.
Yeah.
he's a good kid.
Kind of boring, if you ask
Oh,
me.
the kind I'm damn grateful I
I'd like a little more
don't, to
adventure
be
in my life
honest.
Sometimes.
He sees
yeah?
like the root.
Well,
Sees what they see
sneak
sometimes.
off and
The
do
past,
some
the
exploring in
future.
old ward.
Whew.
Just you and
All
me.
that knowing.
If you
It's a
want.
lot for someone to
Yeah.
carry.
Or
You
we
should
could
ask
just
him if you
hang
want to
out
know
here.
more. I usually leave storytelling to Reggie. Or if you want some really wild tales, try Mudtooth. Now there's an old timer
We
who
don't
can
talk
twist a
much about
yarn.
life before the ward.
Incredible,
did and
isn't
all.
she?
Oh,
Yeah, no one really
It was a
understands
hard
how
time,
she
I
does it.
guess.
Not even her. The feel in the
done
air
some
after she
things I
blasts
wasn't
him like
proud
that,
of.
it's
I'm sure you did the best
electric.
you could.
Like the sun after
We
a
all did.
storm. She's something special, traveler. And no small between me and I don't what? No, it's not. I don't. I mean, I do, but it's not like that.
you think the rooter
Have
really gone?
have you
for-
ever met
No.
anyone like her, traveler? Because
But I don't think it
I
matters.
haven't.
We gotta
Like,
find
I
joy
haven't
where we
always
can
been the
while we
bravest guy
can.
around, you know, but the way she fights for folks, no matter what it takes out of her, it makes me want to do better. I kind of want to make her proud, you know? I guess you could say she's my inspiration, maybe? Oh, but don't tell her
Audrey,
I said
I,
that, though. Yeah, people here are friendly.
Didn't mean to tell you
If
something.
you give them a chance,
Sounded so
stay
much
safe,
like
traveler.
Brad just now. Sorry. What did you want to say? Looking for Ford? He's over in the warehouse. Sure, he's got something going on. Always does.
Hey, you're the newcomer, ain't you? Nora Camarillo. I keep folks alive around here. You know, you're lucky they found you when they did. Your friend was pretty bad. I got her just in time. She's great. A real spitfire, that one. I'd hang on to her if I were you. Like what? Listen, I don't care what you two are. I'm just saying, don't lose it, whatever it is. That girl's tough, all right. But right now, she needs rest. When she's up and about, I'll make sure you know. Asking questions is the only way we learn, as my grandpa used to say. What are you trying to say, sunshine? Well, no need for that. You know how a doctor gets good at her craft? Study gives you head knowledge, a necessary start. But it don't make you good. You learn a thing by doing it over and over again. For me, that means people who need my help. The more people there are suffering, the better I get at healing them. And it's my grandfather. He'd been treating folk his whole life, nearly as long as the root's been around. I started assisting Grandpa when I was 5. Dressing wounds, making meds, cutting at the table, you name it. He was. He helped more people in his long life than you and I have ever even met. But how I helped him most was digging through the old hospitals. Even after a century, there's a hell of a lot to find. All of it useful to someone as clever as Grandpa. Huh, tons. The old humans knew a lot about the human body, it turns out. Stuff even Grandpa didn't know. Did you know they used to be able to replace a man's lungs with someone else's? Or put a dead man's liver in someone whose liver didn't work anymore? To think of all the folks Grandpa and I could have saved if we had that kind of know-how. There's plenty if you know what to look for. Most of the basic meds are long gone, but there's still plenty of specialized tools and ingredients there. Stuff no one knows what to do with but me and my grandfather. What they don't got, what I never found once, is a cure for root rot. That's why so many folks died when the root first showed up. Grandpa had to invent a treatment on his own. A treatment, not a cure. He probably wasn't the only one. I'm sure others came to the same solutions independently. But after Grandpa figured it out, he traveled as far as he could and taught it to everyone he met. I don't know where he started, but I reckon every treatment within 100 miles of here is derived directly from his work. You can thank him that your friend is still alive. Came here maybe 10 years back. My ma had died and Grandpa didn't feel safe carting me around the countryside by himself. It turned out good. The city's full of scrounge, and Grandpa made a living selling bandages and meds while treating folks for free. I do the same. He even attended the old commander when she passed. Couldn't do much for her except ease her going, but folks around here thanked him for it. Made us part of the ward and all. Need anything else, Sunshine? Need fixing.
So many new faces these days. Things must be getting a mite easier out there. Welcome, traveler. I'm Reginald Malone, but my friends call me Reggie. You can too. Saw you come in with Bo and Clementine there. Oh, you can be sure they'll do everything they can for your friend. Ain't the first to come through here needing help. Getting right to business. I respect that. You might find some of these useful. Keep your wits about you. How can old Reggie help you today? Only the best. Take care now, traveler.
Well, hey, get away from my stew!
Oh, it's you.
Oh, nonsense.
I'm sure you had a reason. Mi casa et tu, Brute. And all that.
So, what can old Mudtooth do for you, huh? Questions?
Oh, I reckon I've got a few answers.
Quite a bit, stranger.
The name's Mudtooth. And ain't nobody been around longer or seen more than I have.
Except maybe old Ford, of course. But that old mudder cheats.
Anyway, he hardly tells any of his stories. Only 3 reasons why folks come to see me. And that's my stories or my stew. Yeah. So, young'un, what'll it be? Town, you call it. Back in my day, place like this wouldn't be considered much more than a camp or a bivouac. You might call it. Nah, this ain't no town. Not yet. But it is a fine place to set up kip. I lived by myself for years, see? Had myself a hockapotopter. That thing could fly to the moon and back. It could. Anywho, I was living by myself when my boy Bravis showed up saying we should move on. Told me it wasn't safe for me to be living like I've been living no more. He told me about this place. Got some nice people here. Took some getting used to, being around folks again. Well, Bravis, he's my son. 'Twere his idea to come join this little shanty town. Not a bad idea it was, neither. He's over yonder, at the shooting range, if you're looking to find him. Not much of a talker, though, that one. Guess he didn't get his old man's gift for gab, eh? Fair enough. Why, sure, but, it ain't ready just yet. The lunch rush today was something fierce, I tell you. But I'll have some for you quicker than you can say crazy eight. Well, maybe not that quick. I done already said it, didn't I? Just come back in a while, I'll be sure to save you a bowl. I'll be seeing you then.
You put those beets in yet?
I put in all the beats it needs. Yeah.
This is not up for discussion, Clementine. You're staying, and that's fine.
I don't remember asking for your permission.
Watch your tone, young lady.
Excuse me? I'm 132 years old, in case you forgot. And I am not your child. You don't have authority over me.
We'll talk about this later.
Out of my way.
Whoa, what have we here? Ah, the Traveler, of course. Wallace said yes. Right on time. Sorry you had to see that. But then again, you've been around. I'm sure you know. Families fight. Andrew Ford. Good to make your acquaintance. In the flesh. Huh, how about that? I'm sure you've got a lot of questions, and I've got a favor to ask. So let's get to it. You first. That's a longer story than I can indulge right now. Let's keep it to this. You know how some things you drink can make you drunk, and some things you eat can make you sick or sleepy? Well, other things do this. It's a big world out there. It's a great answer, just not a full one. Not you precisely, as in name, rank, serial number, but I knew someone was coming. Aren't you clever? Skeptic. That's fine. It so happens I knew you'd be coming today. Or I hoped. Our young Wallace told me. Wallace? He's a special kid. A lot like somebody I used to know. She had bad dreams too. Dreams about things that hadn't yet come to pass. If you can find me someone who can explain it better, bring him in. Oh, nothing too dangerous. I've got to marshal my resources, and then we'll get into it in earnest. Let me see if I can get you up to speed. Arguing's not the same as fighting. Clem and I have known each other longer than anyone else here. That's a lot of water to put under a narrow bridge. Looks can be deceiving. In fact, she's 132 years old. Not quite. Clementine spent a long time
away. Keeping strange company. Something like that will change you. Compared to who? Vo might be young, but he knows the run of a ward. Learned from the best. He was orphaned, just a kid. Ward 13 sort of adopted him. Ran security when he got old enough. Did a damn good job of it. Only made sense to put him in charge once we started up here. Don't think there's a soul in town has lost as much as Riggs. Don't know how that man gets up out of bed every day. But he does. I'm sure I can get you up to speed. All right, Traveler. Now that you've shot your shot, here's mine. I need an able young scrapper to help an old man out. Talk to Wally. You'll find him out by the docks. After that, gear up, and then meet me at the ward gate. I'll tell you a story.